Female show. This will be the last time a dude gets up on stage. I'm Brian Seafoy, Esquire, also known as Freeze Our Youth. And I would love to work with any of the talented ladies here today. It's been hard to grab coffee with funny women because there are so many creeps in the comedy community. So let's chat at some point today. But without further ado, here's Lucia.
Perfect. That's why we're here for the last.
I'm a producer, not a performer.
Hi guys. Thanks for coming. So I guess I'm like a creep free zone. I don't feel creeps vibes, so I was like, yeah, Brian, let's meet. And that's how this happened. So I'm a testament to like not all men are bad, and you know, let's open our eyes. Yeah, we're gonna get started right away. We've got like tons of funny women, and then in between we're just gonna hang out and get to know each other. So it's all good, baby. Hope you having a good time. So the first performer coming up, she's in a show that just came on my Instagram feed because Instagram is like targeting us for what we like. So if I like it, you'll probably like it too. It looks really good. MTV Mary Jane. It's premiering tonight. So welcome, Scout.
Wow.
Guys, yeah, it's all over Instagram right now because the universe doesn't mean anything and nobody knows how to advertise to humans. Great, cool, super cool to be here. I'm gonna start with a little bit of a controversial joke. Okay, here it is. I think it's like really great that the NFL, the players in the NFL, wear pink for a month to show their support in the fight against breast cancer. That's great. It's the NFL's way of saying, you know, fuck you, breast cancer. We'll destroy women's lives our own way. Some people don't like that joke. I can say I played sports in high school. It was really fine. I will say the sport was cross country, so not really a sport. Cross country is weird. Cross country is basically just like, hey, let's get the nerds together and teach them it's okay to run. Away. And that's what cross country. And some of you guys are like, nerds, I'm going to cross country. And if that's you, then you don't have a really good grasp on your position in the food chain. So sorry to tell you that now. We should honestly just we should just call all sports, you know, what they are. Like football, that's dumb. American football. It's not use your feet. One player, you know, uses their feet. It's a kicker. So, you know, no one wants to, you know, no one cares about that guy. Yeah. But less stressful. If you ever, is this going in and out, or can I just hear it? Yes. You guys can hear it too. Okay. Well, cool. It's fine. It's great. It's a remix. That's good. Fun remix. Okay, NFL. So let's call football. It's very weird talking from the mic. Yeah, here. Don't be so. Okay, good. Yeah, this is fine. It's in the beginning of the joke, so it's like. Like it's actually a good play. Okay. Because I can just talk. I just can't. Okay. Oh, we unplugged it and replugged it. Ladies and gentlemen, Time Warner. Yeah, it is, honestly. You know, I did it to my grandpa and he didn't come back, but I'm still hoping he's gonna redo it. Just kidding, guys, I don't have a grandpa, he died. It's fine, he's good. Okay, as NFL, stupid. Football, don't use your feet. We call football, Europe gets it, they call football sport, use your feet. We call it soccer, what does that even mean? Football, American football should be called what it is. Concussion jubilee. Greek sport, gladiators, yeah, concussion jubilee, I'll watch that. Tennis, that's stupid, what's a tennis? I don't know. Call it stick net bounce ball. You know. Hey, do you want to go watch stick net bounce ball? No, but I understand what you're describing. Thank you, and I'll pass. Hockey, knife shoes, danger ice. Help with the ratings. Gymnastics, tricky jumps, balance lady. And of course, equestrianism, it's close. It has equus in it. Equus meaning horse. Okay, fine, but call equestrianism what it is. It's just tight pants, penis hat. I am very sex positive, me as a human. I think we're just very, thank you so much. We're like... whatever it is that's natural, deny it. Contour away. I would totally release a sex tape of myself on the internet. Thank you. But I am a lesbian, so I don't feel like the world is ready for that much, meaningful eye contact. Dominant part of our culture. But we should just, why are we're just so, and if we are naked, we're like, if you're naked, that means fuck that thing. You don't have to, you can be naked and maybe that's not just a fuck thing. Maybe it's just, that's how human, it's like, look at nature, you know what I mean? They're naked, animals are naked all the time. They don't care, it's not a sexual thing, it's not Instagramming going like, yeah, you're welcome, it's just a thing. They're just, but we should do, let's be naked all the time. We're not in non-set, thank you so much. This is the right crowd for this joke. This is 4 steps away from an orgy. 4 steps are on that table. Okay, be naked, go to the fucking grocery store naked. But wear shoes, don't be a monster. I'm just picking out some oranges. That was a tough joke in these. These were my lounge pants. Normally I can get a high kick in there and it's a genitals reference. Are those sunglasses from Target or no? Yeah, I own them. Okay. I don't know how much you paid, but I got them in the dollar bin. So if you paid more than that. Love Target, live at Target, but I don't believe in consumerism, so that's my prison. Okay, let me finish. Okay, here we go. Great. Oh, here we go. We all complain about the weirdest thing. I don't know how I'll do this little, run and then I'll jog off stage. I love that you're wearing those shoes, by the way. I think they're the correct swimsuit. Do you ever see women in bathing suits and heels around the pool? Mm-hmm. Yes. And you just think to yourself, oh, you don't get anything. Your understanding of physics, what people are interested in, what people like, it's just off. But then someone else is like, you see that girl's wearing a bikini in her heels? Man, she got it. I'm gonna do that too. It's you can't even run by a pool barefoot. You can't, don't walk in here. You can't walk in here. I want to do a show that's just called Heels, and it's an elimination show, and you get women on it, and they have to wear heels, and it's challenges. It's like, ladies, your challenge today is cobblestone, and they're all like, and they have to just go. In the end, they just have to avoid a rape. Horrible way to end that. You got it. All right, I'll do the end of this real joke and then okay, so we complain about people who hate their bodies, hate the weirdest stuff about their bodies. Rarely are people like, oh, I just want to be fit, you know what I mean? No one's ever like, I hate my body, it's mortal. That's what we should complain about, because we're dying. So all of this stuff we're doing is pointless because we're going to die. But we do so much look youthful. We would inject formaldehyde into our pores if we could get rid of our 11s. Yeah, you know what 11s are, so that's good because he's an asshole and knows that. The thing I hate about myself is irrational. I get it. We all walk around being like, oh, if only my thighs didn't touch, maybe someone would love me. That's insane. We make these things up and repeat them. I have a thing I hate, and it's been pointed out to me, and some of you guys have, I have a big vein. I can feel it. Usually it's on this side, I think. I have a big vein that comes out when I'm excited or talking or just singing. Anything that's a joyful thing, I'll be like, oh, the vein, hide it. And that's so stupid. I should just, some of you guys have noticed, and some of you guys aren't assholes. And most of you guys aren't. You're very cool. You didn't know what your 11s are. But I've looked into getting it removed. You can't. It's blood. You can't suck it out of your body for aesthetics. I've asked doctors, and they're not interested in my business. Okay, so I'm going to dismount there because I could go for all day. But thank you guys so much. My name's Karen.
I love the gymnastics metaphor. Yes. Just the landing. We are blessed. Thank you so much. Learned about 11s. Now I'm going to be more conscious of that. So we're going to move forward, and we've got a girl who's got a podcast that I'm going to start listening to. It's about fear and spirituality and comedy and cool, good conversations, which we can all use more of. So give it up for Melissa Stevens.
It's called Fear-Based Life, just so you know. Killing it. Hey guys. Is this working? Yeah. I am a babysitter because I'm killing it at life, and the kids I babysit for are real cunts. I hate them. Hope they die. They're the kind of kids who I'll be standing there, and they're all like come over to babysit, and they'll be like, "What's on your face? Why do you have all those red bumps?" And then like laugh at me, and I'm like, "Oh, there's zits, adults get them." And then I like go and hide. I'm like, "Let's do something else." And they like get really upset. Like they'll be like, "Why are you wearing a dress again? Gross." And so like literally the next time I show up, I'll like be wearing overalls because I'm like dressing for them. I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "Oh, overalls." And I like got to a point where I was like looking in the mirror and like getting ready for them, and I was like, okay, I think they won't make fun of me today. And I'm in my 30s. I also walk dogs because nothing pays the bills. And recently I was in Silver Lake, and I had to shit really bad, like really bad. And the people that I was walking their dog for weren't home, and I was just like out with the dog. And like I wasn't talking like I had to go in a couple of hours, like I had to go in minutes, and I didn't know what to do, so I fucking grabbed this dog, and I fucking just had to shit. I literally pulled it over in the middle of fucking Silver Lake and fucking popped a squat, and the dog was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Why are you shitting outside?" And I was like, "Stop it!" And I was like, "Is anyone looking?" And I was shitting in fucking like where people live, like open, like near some like tall grass, and then I just like went like that and was like, do I pick it up? And the dog was like, should I smell it? And I was like, stop, stop. I'm just gonna continue walking you, and we won't think about that. So I shit outside. I've been doing it for ages. So I'm gonna do some impressions of people I hate. We'll see which ones you guys like the best. Oh, here's a good one. Oh my god, congratulations. I'm so happy you got engaged. That means I have a chance. Okay. That's a real person who's alive. Said that out loud to me. I was like, cool, kill yourself. You know who you remind me of? You're like a female Woody Allen. But first of all, gross. Again, gross. He's a terrible person. Also, don't tell a woman that she looks like Woody Allen. Like Brad Pitt. I don't care. Anybody else. Give me an attractive man. Don't make me the ugliest man. What's another one? Getting those notes. Oh, this was great. This was a guy I was dating. It's just that, like, when we have sex, your vagina hurts my penis. I've never heard that before. And we didn't have sex a lot. My self-esteem went real low. What's another one that's good? I should just keep this out. Keep it out. Oh, this one happened recently. A friend of mine met my husband for the first time, and she was like, oh my god. I don't know why I keep saying friends. I'm really working on that. Really working on deepening my female relationships and getting rid of the ones that don't work. She was like, Mel, your husband is so hot. Like, good for you. Your husband is so hot. Like, you scored. I was like, okay. You're basically calling me ugly. Yeah. See what you're saying. I get it. That was a problem when we first got together. Because I would like walk around and I'd be like, I think people are looking at us like I'm the fat girl and you're the thin guy. And he was like, no, they're not doing that. And I was like, they are, but okay. I'll take the personality. I'll do an impression. Oh, so I grew up in Georgia. Yeah, my dad's first sex talk to me, I was 15, too late. And we were in, way too late. We were in his pickup truck and he was like, you know, Mo, if you're anything like me, you like to party. Okay. I do, but I lost my virginity to my high school English teacher. Gross. That's illegal. Gross. That's a crime. He was like, I think she got pregnant. I was like, I gotta make this stop. And then on my way out, he was just like, use protection. And I was like, okay. And she becomes a drug addict. I'm gonna do an impression of my mom. We're working things out. This is me when I come home for the holidays. Wait. Welcome home. I know you love your dad more than me. It's fun. It's fun. I live with it. I know you blocked me on Facebook. It's fun. I know. I know you hate it when I get emotional. I know that everyone hates it when I get emotional. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know everyone hates it when I get emotional. It's fun. I just wanted us to be best friends. Do you want to go to Sam's? That's my mother. It's a lot. When my husband and I first started dating, I was doing a commercial for Levi's employees only. Think about that. So no one saw it. And it was like an overnight shoot, and I had to play like a genie. And the woman was like doing my costume, and she smelled so fucking bad, like very bad. I was like, what the fuck is this girl doing at work smelling this bad? And I was like, get away from me. Like, I'm trying to like be away from her. I'm really sensitive to smell. And and then like later on the shoot, I had to do something, and I was wearing like these tights, and I went like this, and this air came up, and it hit my nose, and I was like, oh my god, I smell. Oh my god, it's me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I smell so bad. So I like, thankfully, I realized that at the end of the shoot, they've never asked me back. And I took off my clothes, and I was like, I'm not giving these back to her. I have to keep them. That's disgusting. And I like went home, and I like, showered, and I was like, it's probably fine. And my husband like came over. It was like, you know, when you're courting, and he's like, I don't care, you like, I'm coming over. And like, we were having sex, and I smelled really bad, and I thought it had gone away, and he was like, you know, getting in there, and I was like, like I kept just trying to be like, we gotta get through this, we gotta get through this. I smell so bad, I wonder if he smells it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. A woman's worst fucking nightmare. And we finished, and I was just like trying to walk around the apartment like really quickly, like trying to like not like, that was great, I hope he doesn't know I smell. And he was just sitting there, and he was like, did something smell a little off? And I was like, oh my god. And I just started immediately crying, and I was like, get out! And I was like, get out! You never say that, ever, even if it's true. Even if she really smells. And I ran into the bathroom and shut the door, and he's like, no, I was just worried, like maybe something was like wrong, or he was sick. And I was like, shut up! Stop it! It's not real! I used to spray perfume on my vagina. Like, I was so fucking upset about it. And then I went to the doctor, and there was something wrong. There was something really wrong. What's great is like, you know, you can smell bad and still get married. Recently I did I thought my husband knew, but he didn't know that I shaved my face. I feel like a terrible human being. So I was just like standing there, and I was just like shaving, and I forgot, and like he saw me, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, and I literally was just like, I tried to like play it off like a goofy boy. I was like, I should have shaved. And he was like, I should make it worse. And I was like, no, oh man, we're still together. I wanted on a fun one. Oh, I thought I was gonna grab the stand, but I'm not. You know what I want the cops to do? Give me back my rape dress. My husband was like, don't do it. But you know what? It's my rape. I can joke about it if I want to. That's gonna be my BuzzFeed article. It's mine, and I'll rape about it if I want to. You know, you can't win them all. Well, you guys don't get weird because you're women, so like everyone's been raped. Usually I grab this stand and I feel more safe with it when I do that. But I'm the one that's supposed to feel weird. All right, guys, I'm Mel. Have a good night.
Thank you for opening up so many topics of discussion that I will definitely be engaging in. A lot of resonance happening here. So That was like facilitator speak. I don't know. That was like very day jobby. Okay, so we're gonna move forward, and we've got a lovely lady here who's in a show that has like a very intriguing title called what is it? Sacred Fools?
It's at Sacred Fools. It's a role-playing game show.
A role-playing game show. So you should check that out. Follow her on Facebook, Julie. Oh my God, I'm gonna forget your last name. Pearson. We had a long conversation about
It's like Pearson, which is counterintuitive. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell a story, and I usually read this as an essay, so we're all gonna find out together if it's fun as a story. But we're by a pool, so it's gonna be fun no matter what, right? So my favorite pastime as a kid was coming up with all the ways that I could die. So like after fire safety day at school, I went home and I laid in bed and I just waited for the moment when I was going to start to smell smoke because I knew it was going to happen. When we got into like a tiny car accident where our car got rear-ended on a residential street, I burst into tears because car accidents kill people. Like I had nightmares for weeks just learning that the movie Armageddon existed. So I was fun. But when I was 7, my teacher told us about carbon monoxide. She didn't tell us much about it, just the basics. It's a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas that can kill you before you realize you've breathed it in. Exact words, I'm sure. So I came home that night and I kept going on and on about how, like, it's the silent killer and it can be in the air right now. And my mom said the same thing. She said every time I came home talking about a scary thing, which is, Julie, you're fine. Incidentally, my mom wouldn't let me go down hardwood stairs in socks. She sent a car seat with me in the car every time I rode with anyone until I was about 8. She overcooked meat so much that I still can't eat steak. And she had no idea where all my neuroses were coming from. So she told me, Julie, you're fine. And that was the end of the conversation, and I went to bed panicking quietly. So about a week later, my grandparents had carbon monoxide in their house. A week later, I just learned about it and this happened. And they were fine. But this made me believe that carbon monoxide was extremely common and was definitely going to happen immediately. And also, this made my parents think that we should get a carbon monoxide detector for our house, which was great. The carbon monoxide detector, back then they were these like clunky little white cubes that plugged directly into the wall. It was so friendly looking. I was so comforted by having it in the house. Like I could walk by and it displayed this little friendly red 0 that said, there's no carbon monoxide in your house. And I could look at it and I would know there was no carbon monoxide in the house. So I would go look at it every day and it would tell me there was no carbon monoxide in our house. Only over time, that red 0 turned into my enemy. Because I would go look at it and I wouldn't totally believe that the number said 0. I would start to think it said 8. That's really close to 0. And then I would squint and look at it until I was sure. And then I would think that maybe I had a brain tumor because my vision was kind of blurry when I squinted at the number. So I would go think about that for a while. Checking the detector once a day turned into checking it twice, 3 times, 4 times. Getting up in the middle of the night to go look at it multiple times. My parents would hear me walking down the hall to do that. And during this whole thing, nobody ever thought to talk to me about what carbon monoxide poisoning was, like how it has symptoms. Or like it has like gradients of how severe it is, just all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, flop over on the table in the middle of dinner. Like no one ever said anything like that. And so my parents, after this had been going on for probably like a year, out of nowhere, didn't talk to me about it or anything, brought me to a therapist. So I started going to see Carol. And Carol was a middle-aged lady with short blonde hair who had kind of a severe vibe and didn't actually seem to like children that much. But she had a bunch of toys in her office, and I think that's what qualifies you to be a child psychologist. So once a week I would go to see Carol, and she would make me play with the toys, which were all very family-oriented, mom dolls, dad dolls, baby dolls, doll houses, etc. I didn't really know what to do with them. I wasn't afraid of my family. I probably just like acted out all of them dying in their sleep. Anyway, this went on for several months. I went to see Carol every week, and she would give me a lot of really helpful ideas for how to get over this thing I was going through. How I could put notes around the house and put a little piece of paper over the no longer friendly red zero to stop myself from looking at it, which would have been probably really helpful if I wanted to get better at all. But I was protecting myself, my family, everybody from certain death, so everything was fine by my estimate. So finally, months later, she was so fed up with all this progress that I wasn't making. And one day she said to me, you know, cars give off carbon monoxide. And you are around cars every day. So aren't you breathing in carbon monoxide all the time? I hadn't thought of that. And all of a sudden, everything clicked into place really fast. And I understood that the things that kill us are actually all around us all the time. That the line between safety and fear and courage and cowardice and what's safe and what's not okay is not all that finite, and that things won't overcome us every time. And I really felt like I understood what she was trying to say. Things are fine. Just kidding, I was terrified. I tried not to breathe for days. I walked around, and every time I remembered there's carbon monoxide in the air, I tried to hold my breath for a long time, but I couldn't, because then I would actually die. So it didn't last very long. Nice going, Carol, the child psychologist. But actually, after a while, I gave up on being scared of it. And I don't know if it was because of that or because of something else, but all of a sudden I moved on to other things. Anti-drug education was just starting, and I learned that sometimes in the 70s they gave kids LSD that looked like candy, and then I was on to something else. So it actually worked so well that I kind of don't believe that carbon monoxide exists anymore. It's like a monster under the bed, or a phantom that I made up and have wished away. And when I moved into my first apartment in college, my mom bought me a carbon monoxide detector of my own, which is a responsible choice, I think. Like, now she believes it exists. And I carried it around with me for years. They don't have zeros anymore, and there's nothing to squint at. And one night a few years ago, as I was going to sleep, the detector started beeping. And I'd never heard it beep before, and I was really tired, and I wanted to go to sleep, and I didn't even think about it, and I pulled the batteries out of the detector, and I set them next to it, and I went to sleep. And I think Carol would have been proud, but like 3 weeks later, I looked over at it with the batteries sitting next to it, and I realized I was still alive. Thanks, guys.
Overcoming fear. Labor Day. Connection between the two dots probably exists. Excellent. All right, great. So we're going to move forward. The next lady is very lovely. And you know what? I didn't actually ask you how you wanted me to introduce you. So I'm going to be like super casual and ask you something about you that might be a surprise to these people.
Hi.
This is Lisa Curry.
I ran with the Bulls.
That's amazing. That's so cool. All right.
Anyway, just looking at Mike. Hi, guys. I love that story of like you can die at any moment. Anything. I could fall backwards into this pool and drown. Wouldn't that be special? Great. When I first moved to LA, somebody was really concerned about me. An acquaintance, not a friend. Acquaintance is an important word for this story. And so he sent me in the mail a 7-inch knife. Just a knife in a box, totally empty, with a little note that said, "Be careful out there." Like, thanks, Brian, you couldn't send me a fucking t-shirt and a taser? Like, what are you doing? Right? But I was like, whatever, I'm an independent woman, I can fucking handle myself. So I carried the knife with me everywhere, like, everywhere. Like I was Crocodile Dundee of Los Angeles. And then I, like, worried myself one night, because I was like, wait a minute, if I'm, like, if I get attacked, what's up? You gotta go to the beach. I was like, you know, if I get attacked and all I have on me is this knife, like, the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna stab somebody with a 7-inch knife? Like, that's not a warning device, you know? Like, hey man, get back in the bushes, you know? You can't do that. You have to, like, finish the job, you know? My thing. I'm doing, what, 6 minutes?
Sure.
Well, I feel really rowdy, right? My way of protecting myself now is to just date giant men. That's like what I'm into. Oh, looks like I'm in danger. None here. Like I like a guy who's so tall he has to duck when he goes into a circus tent. You know, just like a maybe not even a human. Like I would love for a guy to come home and kick down the door too when he walks in, just filled with testosterone. But it's like because he has a log over one shoulder and he's dragging a deer carcass. You know, he's just like, make me dinner. I'm like, yes, I love this. Into traditional gender roles. Welcome, hi. I'm dating a black guy right now, which is great. Thank you. I deserve it. What is that new laugh that I'm doing? I had some edibles a little while ago, that's what that was. What's funny to me is that's like the most boring thing, like that I wouldn't bring that up, but what I think is funny is like even my most liberal friends, when they find out who I'm dating, they're like, oh. I didn't know you were into black guys. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't know dating outside of your race was a fetish. Are you fucking kidding me? What? I didn't tell you I like getting peed on. I'm into hot dudes, you know? Like, do you have broad shoulders? Can you fuck? Let's do this. I don't care if you're in ISIS. I would prefer it. You know, like, if you're dating somebody in ISIS and shit goes down in an alley, like, you're taken care of. You strut a dude's head off before. You are not getting fucking mugged. Not getting mugged. This is a true story. I just want to tell you, because really I just want to tell Brandy this story. So I'm going to tell all of you. I think I told you. You may have seen this in front of me. This is true. So the guy I'm dating, I was at his house a few weeks ago, and we were watching that OJ docuseries. Has anybody seen that? The 5-part thing? This is great. I don't know why. I chose it. And I was like, yeah, there's probably no, like, race stuff in there. And so we're watching it, and then we're, like, cuddling, and we start making out, and start messing around. And I start to go down on him, and then they literally just start playing tape of Mark Furman saying, and it's an abomination for a black man to be with a white woman. I've got this guy's dick in my mouth. And I just hear the N-word like 50 times, and I was like, what the fuck? And he like, didn't say anything, so I was like, oh god, I gotta do my best, I guess. I really owe him on this one. It's so insane. Oh, you guys, feels good to tell that story. So amazing. Thank God for that life experience. I really do hate racists, by the way. They're the worst, and I know that like other people hate them more than I do, but I'm the white person in this scenario, so I get to be the hero. We all know that that's how that works. Dwayne, at some point I just have to make eye contact with you. I can't.
I know Lisa for years. You were great. You approval.
Yeah, but like I think it's ridiculous how some people get a pass for being racist. You know, like I hear people all the time. They're like, yeah, my brother, he's just homeschooled. Like he doesn't know any better. Like, I'm sorry, does your brother have the fucking internet? Tell him to put some information in his brain. Like, there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse. Old people always get a pass. That's a famous one. This is a good time to know. Old people always get a pass, which I think is crazy. Like, whenever somebody's grandparent or whatever is a fucking asshole racist, they're just like, yeah, Grandpa, he's from another time. It's my grandpa's from another time. Like, what? How the fuck did he get to this time? That's what I don't know. How did your grandpa get here? Did he crawl through a wormhole? I don't think so. Grandpa lived through the civil rights movement. He should know better than me about that. No excuses for that shit. I don't think it's fair that old people get to move forward in time, like technologically and medically, and then not socially. I don't think that's... What are you doing? You're just going to conveniently skip that part of moving forward? But I know, like, people make up excuses because it's like, what do you say when somebody gets to like 80 or 90 or whatever, and you're not going to change their mind. You're like, hey, Grandpa, you can't say stuff like that. Like, whatever. Like, they're not going to get it. So I think, like, if you want to just be old and shitty, then fine. But like, get away from the microwave. Like that's not for you. I'm sorry. How it goes. Then that way when Grandpa starts talking like an 1800s plantation owner, you give him Civil War medicine. Amputated, great. Take this shot of whiskey. We're gonna cut it off with a rusty sickle. That's it. Thank you guys.
Welcome to Sister in the Car. We're doing Theater in the Round. If anyone who's like, if you guys like talking out, if you want to move over, you can now. It's not rude because I'm just like, yeah, why don't we figure this out? Because I don't feel like it's doing anything. Is there a man? Sure. I'm only not kidding at all, but just horrible stereotypes in my brain.
Try switching the socket.
Hello? Oh, it's okay. Okay, is that better?
It cuts it out.
Okay. So in the meantime, just so you know, Sally Jesse is over here. Jessica and Sally, they're selling really cool enamel pens that are like the buzz around town. In like my circle of friends, intimately buzzing. Cool. So is this okay, or should we wait? Figure it out.
I think he's getting another amp.
Okay.
Yeah, just do that.
I was in Greece.
Yeah.
We have a stand that's sitting in the garden.
It's I thought people were sitting there, but they got up.
Yeah.
That rock is not.
You're the patriarchy, putting yourself in the corner, like they support like women in common. Yeah, good job. Nice.
I've been wanting to try that for a while.
Hello. Okay. Is this good, guys?
Yeah.
All right. We have audience agrees. Okay, next reel coming up, super funny. We're in a show together on next Saturday called His Mighty Power Hour. It's basically like going to church, and she's like really kind of inspiring and terrifying. This is Grace Lusk.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Give it up for Lucia. Give it up for Casey for putting on this awesome show. And Amber, right? How about Amber? This is her place. Give it up for her. She put her dogs in dresses for this shit. All right. That's fucking respect. Oh man, my name is Grace. Hi. Hello. I've been in LA for almost a year now. And I gotta say, I've already reached a lot of real new personal lows. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, LA. Thank you so much. I realized the other day that you can actually find your deepest and darkest version of yourself while stuck in LA traffic. Shocker there, huh? Yeah, I found mine the other day. I was sitting on the 10 for about an hour. Hadn't really
moved in an hour, also hadn't spoken a word in an hour. Right? And all of a sudden, after an hour, this lady starts trying to cut me off in my lane that I'd been in for an hour, all right? So I very aggressively did not let her cut me off in my lane. And as I did, I spoke for the first time in an hour, and this is what came out. I was like, "Oh, did someone just ruin your day, motherfucker?" So I guess at my deepest and darkest, I'm a baby dirty Harry? I don't know. It's weird though. People don't expect that from me. They don't expect me to be creepy, because I got a fuckable face. These ladies know what I'm talking about, right, Casey? Some guy once told me he wanted to fuck my face, and I was like, "Oh really? Guess what? I want to fuck my own face, alright? Take back the night! I'm gonna fuck my own face." Oh man. Love yelling that out. Only in the valley, alright? People are probably like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." Someone yelling about that up here? Yeah. Sounds about right. I'm like this little kid over here. He's like, "Oh, I feel at home." Yeah. I should probably also note that I do some work as a nanny. So hide your kids. Just kidding. None of you have them. But if you did, I would still find them because I'm on cure.com. So nice try. Yeah, I'll be the second lady doing nanny jokes up here. All-female showcase, you're gonna get a couple nannies, all right? There's gonna be a couple of us, so buckle in. I was recently doing some work for a mother and her 6-month-old baby girl, and it was a really beautiful experience. A lot of breast milk in that house. She's a pumper, so she stored it like it was the apocalypse. It was like a house full of horchata, all right? I was tempted, all right? Not gonna lie. It looks delicious. Update to that joke, I tried it. I did absolutely try it. Happened very organically. Brian Foy, all about how organic the show will be. Very organic testing of this mother's breast milk. I was testing the temperature of the bottle after I'd reheated it on my hand, and I thought that the natural next step would be to lick it off of my hand as well. Update to that joke, since been let go by that mother. Yeah. Pretty sure she had a nanny cam, and she just saw me lapping at her breast milk like a little kitty. So I have been let go. I have since been let go. But we're cool. We're totally cool, me and that mom. But I love the experience working with a new mother because breasts are magic, all right? And I think that women should feel comfortable breastfeeding literally everywhere, right? Like, and there's a lot of establishments that still think it's okay to turn a woman down when she pulls out her boob to feed her child. And I think that's fucked up, all right? And breast milk is a magic product. I was talking to a mom recently, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll just put it on my face. It cures my acne." What? That is incredible. That is a magic product. All right, and I was talking about how I think that breast milk is literally like magic and it's awesome, and I think women should be able to, you pull their breasts out and feed anywhere. At this open mic, and this guy came up to me after my set, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you think breast milk's so important. What about cum?" And I just faceplant into the pool. What about it? What about it? And he's like, "Oh yeah, you say breast milk gives life to our young. Without cum, there is no life." No. All I'm going to say to that is just no. I'm sorry. Cum happens a little too often and for too dumb a reason for me to ever put it on the same level as breast milk. You've never heard of a woman who's lactating, literally shooting her milk into a sock, taking that sock and throwing it into the corner of the room to dry until next time. No. You've never heard of a woman who's breastfeeding, literally shooting it against a wall just to see her range. All right? No. All right? Happens for a very specific reason, gets stored at a very specific temperature to be reheated and guzzled down by our young. All right? So what I'm saying is, until your cum becomes food for babies, Brian, you shut the fuck up. I'm just kidding. Brian didn't say that, but he did get very scared when I said that. He's a feminist. Give it up for him. Oh, this is a new one. This is in dedication to both Brian and Gene Wilder. This next joke. Give it up, you guys. Gene Wilder, what a best act. I was watching Willy Wonka last week. Willy Wonka. I just called it Willy Wonka, didn't I? You never heard of it? Willy Wonka. I was watching Willy Wonka, or as I also like to call it, the invention of food porn. Whoa, all right? I'm watching Hershey Kisses get made, and I'm like, I think I'm ready for anal. Right? That's what food porn is, right? It's food that tells you about things that you want to do in porn. It reminds you, cucumbers, chocolate, all right? What? I don't know. That's a new one. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to drop that one. That one was for Brian. That was the last time I was going to get performed. So I've been having a lot of trouble finding purpose in my life since Game of Thrones has ended. Anybody else? Any Throne boners in the house? Right there, yeah. It changed my life. Does anybody here watch Game of Thrones? Give it up if you do. Yeah? Oh, not as many people as I thought. You don't watch it? Oh, wow. We need to talk, Babs. We need to talk. It literally saved my relationship with my boyfriend. Now, anytime my boyfriend finishes before me in bed, I make him do a walk of atonement. All right? Now, if you've never seen the show, what a walk of atonement looks like, in my apartment with the other man wearing the Hawaiian shirt right there. There he is. We dress to match, but sometimes we can't finish at the same time. It's fine, It's just real, So anytime that guy right there finishes before me in bed, I make him walk in front of me completely naked, all the way through our apartment, as I just follow him going, shame, 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 shame. I do. I have a shame bell, you guys. If you think that technology is shitting this world up, let me just introduce you to the Shame Bell app, which is literally just a recording. I know, I could do that impression just using the app, but I think that she didn't give it enough. You know what I mean? Like, if I was that actress, I would have been like, shame! 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 Shame!
She's pretty chill.
Yeah, right? Alright, and like, I like to bring out my Shame Bell app when I see other people Pokemon going, Alright, yes, because I'd like to shame them, but also because I think they understand that something very stupid can bring someone a lot of joy. You know what I mean? So that's what I was saying about that. I will leave you guys on this. I was on the subreddit Lady Boners the other day. Anybody been there? Great subreddit, Lady Boners. A lot of hotties on there. And I know my boyfriend's right there, but just because you're off the market doesn't mean you can't still see which stocks are up. You know what I mean? So it's fine. It's totally fine. I have an issue with the term lady boner, though. I think that it's very, fleeting. Boners, so short-lived. Not just his, all right? Lots of them. When I see a hot guy at a bar, I don't so much get a lady boner as I envision our entire lives together, If I see a hot guy at a bar, and I get a good 30 seconds to look at him, I have mentally pulled the plug. You know what I mean? When I see a hot guy bar, it's like this. I do. Fuck you! He's ready, Doc. He's ready. Let him go. And I know that marriage and the pulling the plug kind of happens pretty close together when I do that, but it really just seems right, That's my time. Thank you. I'm Grace.